also loving the Nintendo and video game nerd reviews. Saw those last night. This guy reviews old Nintendo games online. And
I hear he's one of our listeners from Philly, too, listening on WISP, right?
Apparently, because he plays his games on an old piece of crap television. You know, you got to set it to Channel 3.
Yeah.
And he's got the Nintendo or crappy Sega system.
Yeah.
And he plays and reviews these games, and he just reviews them. He does nothing but badmouth them in the foulest language possible. And he had a WOW sticker, WISP Opie and Anthony WOW sticker stuck to the side of his television, which is prominently displayed in a couple of his reviews, which are hysterical. The one for Top Gun, great. His Back to the Future review is hysterical, really funny. He goes, this Back to the Future game is just like the movie. Remember where Marty McFly was rolling bowling balls down the street at girls in hula hoops trying to kill him?
Yeah.
Like, what? He has in clips from the movies.
I'm looking at the Power Glove by the Angry Video Game Nerd.
He hates the Power Glove. It doesn't work.
That's the old Power Glove, right?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
God, it's got 1 million views. This guy's on something,
this guy is very clever. He's carved out a funny little niche for himself online.
It's present day him reviewing old video games.
Yeah, video games. Systems.
Is he making believe this is like the hot thing?
No, he reviews them. Like, he enjoys playing old games, I think. Okay. And he just reviews these old, crappy games and the systems that go along with them, like the Genesis, the X32, I guess it was called.
Yeah.
And he just mocks how stupid it looked and worked and didn't work. And he's pretty funny, man. And he just curses really. He throws together strings of curses. And talks about how some of these games are just piling, steaming heaps of buffalo garbage.
Which is the best one you've seen so far? The Power Glove?
Karate Kid game review is really funny. Right, Power Glove's funny, and Top Gun is really funny. So I also heard, I didn't see, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one is very funny.
Could we maybe get some highlights of this, possibly? Give this guy a nice plug today?
I think only the guy's really nasty language.
Oh, really? It's really bad?
Really bad.
Well, I see that he's, like, putting some kind of apparatus on the top of his TV.
That was for the Power Glove.
The Power Glove, and it's falling off the side.
Yeah, he's like, first you got to put a sensor on here. Right. You got to put a sensor on your TV, and he tries to put it on, and it keeps falling off, and he's just saying the F word. He's yelling it. He's screaming the F word. And then he finally duct tapes it onto his television.
Oh, that's really funny.
He's just hysterical.
How do you find
I was watching a bunch of those all night. Angry Video Game Nerd.
Just type that in. You'll see what Anthony's talking about today.
He's pretty funny.
All right, very, very cool.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
Something Anthony mentioned on the other side of the show. We got the audio.
What?
And because he curses so much, we saved it here for XM.
Mm-hmm.
The Angry Nintendo Nerd.
Angry Nintendo Nerd. Now he's Angry Video Game Nerd because he's kind of gotten into other things. But he started out doing just Nintendo games, but he got into Sega and stuff. And he's apparently a fan. WISP, Opie and Anthony WOW sticker is on the side of his television that he hooks the gaming systems up to.
By the way, a little help for everybody trying to make their viral video. Everyone's trying to make the video that's going to get that big hit. Millions of views.
Yeah.
If you show that you're an Opie and Anthony fan, we'll kind of help you out a little bit.
Believe me, when we mention it,
if the video's good and it's obvious that you're a fan of our show, you can't lose.
Don't beg though.
Yeah, don't beg.
No begging.
Like this guy had a casual Opie and Anthony WISP WOW sticker on the side of his old TV, right?
Yeah, and he found a great internet niche. He reviews ancient games from 1986, 87, 88, from the original Nintendo systems, and he's funny. He's definitely funny. Some of these games, when he reviews, like the Back to the Future game, is really funny. The Top Gun game, because he doesn't like any of them, and he just rattles off curses about how much these things suck.
Well, that's the first one we got. The Nerd reviews Top Gun for the NES.
Top Gun sort of marks the beginning of a genre. It was one of the first flight simulation games for the Nintendo Entertainment System, or at least one of the most commonly referred to. We obviously know that it ain't got shit compared with games today, and for that reason you might think it's not worth complaining about. But no, it sucks ass now, and it sucked ass back then. Check it out. Mission 1 is training for the next mission. Okay, sounds simple enough. So you get a choice of missiles. So would you rather have more or less? What kind of fucking choice is that? Pick more. I mean, the idea is that the fewer missiles is more powerful, but guess what? Whenever you shoot an enemy plane, all it takes is one shot to blow them up. Even your regular machine gun bullets take them down in one shot, so what's the point?
Yeah, they'd have like different types of missiles,
right?
Real powerful ones, but you can only carry 20 of them.
Yeah,
and then they'd have like missiles that weren't that powerful. You could carry 40, but any missile, you hit a plane once and they blow up.
All right, so there's no
So who cares?
There's no difference in the big missiles,
so bad.
The little missiles.
Such a horrible game.
Gameplay is boring. Landing on the carrier is impossible.
Yeah.
All right. The first thing that really sucks about the gameplay is just the fact that it's boring. 90% of the time, you're just flying into a blank sky as little pieces of cotton come flying at you. And yes, I know they're supposed to be clouds. Also, notice the absence of music. I know the developers were trying to make something new, to make it realistic, but what we get is a game that makes you feel like you're in this blank, mindless void. Like, if purgatory exists, this is what it is. Top Gun for the NES. I'd rather fly a cargo plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong. Uh-oh, I'm really fucked now. I gotta land on an aircraft carrier. A feat that's impossible. Your radar monitor gives you instructions on how to land, but no matter what you do, you still crash. You know, it's like every time I get to this part, I think I might have a chance. This is gonna be it. Finally gonna land the plane. Speed down, left, left, speed up, right, right, speed up, speed down, left, left, speed up, speed down, up, 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 up. I'm hitting up.
Ass! Fuck!
It's all pissed off.
And then trying to refuel the plane is also impossible?
Yeah.
You know, halfway through this level, your fuel starts to run out. So this refueling plane comes, and then you have to control its nozzle. So just like landing the plane, this is impossible, and I've never once done it. You just have to be lucky. I mean, your accuracy has to be 100% perfect. And really, I don't have a fucking clue how it works. Down, down, speed up, down, down, left, 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 down, down, up, up. What the fuck? What was I supposed to do? Now look at the plane. It just goes away like, fuck him. I mean, they just leave you out here to die. At this point, it should just say game over. But instead, it allows you to play for a little longer, which is pointless. You're done for. The refueling plane doesn't come back. And within minutes, your fuel runs out and you finally lose. And that's as far as I ever got. What a shitload of fuck. This game chews turds. This game sucks your balls off and spits them up your ass.
We're getting an ER update.
Oh, that's funny.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
All right, the nerd reviews Back to the Future. What was this game about, Anthony?
Back to the Future?
Well, he says the nerd, the angry nerd or whatever, the game has almost nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It's just ridiculous. I think he explains it.
OJ's on TV because they put him in a new football game, and he has to give that money to the Goldmans.
Nice.
Freddie's right there, man.
But that guy, he fucked up. He killed the wrong snotty-looking kid.
God bless Fred Goldman. All right, here we go. Here's the Back to the Future review.
This game is horrible. This game is so bad, I really don't want to play it. But Darth Vader came from the planet Vulcan and said that he'll melt my brains if I don't, so I don't have a choice. The first thing I really admire is how well it followed the movie. And you gotta love that music. Sounds just like the movie, right?
No!
And that's it. It just loops over and over again. And you're not going to believe it, but that's all you hear the entire game.
I don't believe it!
Yep, from the title screen all the way to the end, the same fucking music. I'd rather have a fucking buffalo take a diarrhea dump in my ear than subject them to this horrendous garbage.
Diarrhea dump.
In my ear.
Guy gives an honest review.
Yeah, that's good. Very good review.
So you're walking through Hill Valley, and every single thing you can imagine is out to kill you.
Holy shit!
Bullies, hula hoop girls, killer bees, and guys holding glass windows, just like in the movie. What happened here? Is this Hill Valley or is it hell?
No, it's Hill Valley, although I can't imagine hell being much worse.
I never knew a hula hoop girl could be so deadly. Why does she want to kill Marty anyway?
He's an asshole.
Not to mention, it doesn't even look like Marty. Look at that black helmet head. Also, when did he ever wear that sleeveless black shirt? Oh, look, I got a bowling ball. Remember that in the movie? Remember when Marty goes around throwing bowling balls at people? Whose idea was this? What were they thinking?
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
I remember when he throws bowling balls at people.
I'm going to have to watch a lot of these when I get home.
Yeah, it really brings you back, too, because I remember playing these games.
Yeah.
And you didn't think they sucked as much then when you were playing them.
They were all from a sky view.
Yeah, top-down view and just awful.
And you had no real concept of technology when you were a lot younger, so you just thought they would never get better than this. That this was it, and it was pretty damn cool.
It's great.
You know what's the worst thing about this game? Is that it bears the name Back to the Future, a movie well worth putting more time and effort into making a decent game. And the movie came out in '85, the game '89. There's no excuse. No fucking excuse. Just suddenly orders are passed. Quick, make a shitty game, name it after a big movie, and then just spit it into all the stores for all the kids to buy for $50. Yeah, 50 fucking bucks. There's no internet to look up reviews back then. It was just, you buy a game and you hope for the best. And with Back to the Future, how could you go wrong? Oh yeah, you can fucking go wrong, all right. Like if I just shat into a bag and wrote Back to the Future on it, that would be the same as this awful piece of shit. It brings my piss to a boil. What a piece of shit.
He's definitely, definitely got a little niche there,
I shat into a bag.
A bag and wrote Back to the Future on it.
We got to get another one of these for tomorrow. Maybe get another game he's reviewing.
Yes, it's true. Back to the Future 2 and 3. 2 shitty games for the price of one. Let's check it out. Holy shit, look, the DeLorean. Now, I remember that from the movie. Not so much the piranhas, the snails, the weird face, the running frog, the bouncy thing, the thing in the sewer that comes out and kills Marty, the little dinosaurs, the cloud that drops pellets, and whatever the fucking goddamn hell that is. And look at those. What are they? Goombas and the spiky thing ripped right off of Super Mario Brothers? Fucking slackers. And every time you die, the DeLorean drops you off, and it seems like it always takes you in the opposite direction of what you're trying to go. Shit, soup.
It's a Mario Brothers ripoff.
Yeah, there were just a couple of games back then. They put different names on them.
Right.
Changed a few of the pixels to look like something else.
But it's pretty much Mario
Same
Brothers.
thing, yeah. You just jump.
Do they still make this game?
Oh, hell no.
Isn't television even sold anymore?
Oh, God, no.
You could probably find like some weird store somewhere. That's
television. You'd have to go to a thrift store. I think thrift stores have you can find the gaming system sometimes and some of the games.
All right, we're going to take a break. Come back, do line of the day, get another Pat Duffy update, and get the hell out of here.
Right. Say some encouraging things to each other.
That might be almost impossible.
No, it won't.
But we could try after the break.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony.
We were talking about this game, Custer's Revenge. Did you hear us talking about it?
I was listening to that. It was,
wow.
It was
You remember
really
this game?
interesting. Not at all. Not at all.
You go way back with your gaming,
yeah, I do.
right?
I go back to where Asteroids was just a triangle, and it was just. I'm a video game guy, but I've never heard of a raid game.
Would you play it in the arcade, Asteroids?
Oh yeah, no, that was big game.
I played it at Tommy Tucker's Lounge on 25A, the old Howard Johnson's. That's now the the post office for Centerport, Long Island. Oh, I know I'm going very local here, but they would have those tabletop games. So you would have your like gin and tonic, whatever the hell we were drinking back then.
Miss Pac-Man,
Acanoid.
Remember that though? It was so cool because it was a glass table and you could play the games while you're drinking right there.
Yep.
On a flat surface.
Millipede, Missile Command.
Centipede was a good one too.
Millipede and Centipede. Millipede was all shooting Centipede.
Joust.
Yep. Tempest.
What was the one that it was so we bring this
Avoid
up
spikes.
We bring this up all the time, but it was a shootout game. It was like two like gunslingers in the Old West, and there was two cactuses that you were able to hide behind,
right,
on separate sides of the screen. So your guy's behind the cactus, and then you had to be brave enough to move up or down away from the cactus to try to take a shot. Which was so ridiculous because the game could go on forever because the other guy could just choose never to leave the cactus.
Yeah, and the bullet didn't go fast enough.
Which is amazing now because you play Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
Oh.
And it's like real. It's like you die and you have a funeral for real. Like for yourself, where you just guns with camera. They have a camera gun that you don't have to look out, just like probably the real army, and you just can see the dude. And from that, you know, Joust and what's the one with the blocks fit into each other? The fame, you know.
Tetris.
And it from that to this, but I've never heard of a Indian rape game. That is just
no, never heard
unbelievable.
of it. And we're finding more of these, but I guess Atari thought there was a market for like X-rated video games is what it comes down to, and one of them was this Custer's Revenge. I never heard of it. And we have this guy, he's not one of our guys, but he's famous on the internet. He's called Angry Video Nerd. And what he does is he plays these really old games and just talks about them.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
So he actually reviewed this game, Custer's Revenge.
He did.
So we got some audio of him doing just that. It's Angry Video Game Nerd. You can find this guy on YouTube. Just put his name in the search, and it's hours of fun listening to this guy. Right, Danny?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty fun watch. The thing about the porno games is that Atari wasn't actually marketing this. It was back you know, in the early days of video games. There was no like licensing, so anybody could just produce a game for that
system. Or
so
whatever.
Yeah, if
okay,
you were
I
an
got
independent company. You could just make a game and sell it.
Right.
They couldn't do anything about it.
So this was made by an independent company.
Right?
I guess in a way they were kind of happy to have it out there because it's like they didn't make enough games, so it's like screw it, let people make games. I don't think that
enough to be on the list of best man games.
Well, you know, these idiots that make these lists have to find some little like twist. No one heard of Custer's Revenge until this very moment.
I've never heard of that game.
All right, let's go to the audio. It's Angry Video Game Nerd actually talking about the game and playing the game. Here we go.
There's an Atari game, Custer's Revenge, where you a naked chick up against a cactus.
Nobody would believe me, but it was true. It was a real game, and it came in a nice leather case, I guess so the kids couldn't see it. At the stores, you had to ask for it, because it was either hidden behind the counter or in the back room. But anyway, I find the picture on the front really weird. The girl's depicted in a realistic style, where Custer is like a cartoon character, and he's way smaller than her, and he's got a hairy ass. Well, let's pop this piece of in and give it a go. I don't even need to comment. Look at this. Well, you're both completely naked. Well, maybe not completely naked. You got a cowboy hat, a pair of boots, and a scarf or an ascot. Ascot. So what's happening?
What an idiot. This kid's hysterical, though, man. I love his reviews.
I've seen many of his videos on YouTube.
Ascot. So what's happening? There's spears dropping from the sky, and you got to dodge them. Oh, look, I got hit. Then lightning strikes, and you jump out of your boots. So the goal is to get over there and rape her. It's terrible. I can't believe I'm playing this.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, okay, I'm watching a little bit of it.
Look at the graphics of the naked woman. I know it's radio, but it's so lame. Look
and especially, can you picture, if you're going to rape somebody, can you picture something more uncomfortable to rape them against than a cactus?
Oh. A cactus. Well, there's someone shooting arrows at you.
But you don't even know it's a cactus because the graphics suck so bad. It looks like a green, post.
Yeah.
There's no, hint that it's an actual cactus except for the fact that it's green.
It's a green lowercase L.
Right.
And you have to rape her until her tribe saves her?
No, I guess you get points for every movement you make.
Every pump?
Yeah, because then you gotta...
you gotta avoid the arrows.
Avoid the arrows. They come at you.
Oh, because they're like, oh, man, so... And the idea is that there's some dudes...
Yeah.
Like, because I'm thinking of how they would make it now if they remade this game.
Oh.
So it's just dudes going, oh, man, he's raping her. It's just
firing up in the air.
Let's try our best. Like, almost like 300 with the
The arrows come down on you.
Just rape until it's over. Until it's like, and then you get 3 rapes.
Yeah. The graphics are so bad, I think Dan is pointing out here that she looks like an ostrich. It doesn't even look like...
Wow.
All right, here's more from Angry Video Game Nerd playing Custer's Revenge.
Yeah, that's how you score in this game. That's funny, right? Well, it's funny for about 2 minutes, then it gets boring. All you do is bang the chick, dodge the spears. Bang the chick, dodge the spears. You know, you gotta give this guy credit. He's under attack, and he still has the nerve to go over and screw this woman against a cactus. I think it's a cactus. With Atari, you really can't tell.
That's what we just said.
And in the background, the beauty, there's like smoke signals coming. It's the worst smoke signals.
Yeah.
In the.
Oh yeah, look, it's just like a white little.
Yeah, but back in the day, like, this is amazing.
Comes up from the horizon.
This is the graphics will never get better than this. I can't believe they figured this out.
You only know who's who by the blue cowboy hat.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Right.
And then she has some awful headdress, but you can't tell it's a woman.
No.
And there's a little red X, which is supposed to be something. And like Eric said, it's a little football puff of smoke coming up.
I guess it's the fire.
But back then it wasn't about the we didn't even say, the graphics. It was like just the game.
Couldn't believe you were playing.
The game was just it. But now it's just like...
It's ridiculous.
All about the graphics.
Go to YouTube, good. Atari Crap, Custer's Revenge, because I'm sure ONA Radio.com is not going to be allowed to have this up there.
Why?
Got to keep it safe. Here's one more clip from Angry Video Game Nerd.
You know what bothers me? The spears don't even come down all the way. They, disappear, so it doesn't even make sense when they hit you. But overanalyzing this game isn't even worth it. It's nothing more than a joke. It stirred up a lot of outrage when it came out in 1982. Native Americans were offended. Women activists were offended. Parents were offended if their kids got a hold of this. And I'm offended because this game's a piece of
He is angry.
Yeah, angry video game.
Does he ever like any games? Everything I've reviewed, he just doesn't like.
I love these guys on the internet that find their niche. His niche is to look at these old games and play them.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. He's not going to like any of them.
And then he just curses a lot.
Because these games are so old, how could you possibly like them?
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun. That's his niche. It's perfect, man.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jocks.
Opie and Anthony.
A little earlier, we were talking about porn games that were available for the Atari system back in the day, back in the early to mid '80s.
Yeah.
And Angry Video Game Nerd, who we're a big fan of, and he's a fan of ours, by the way. He's got a WoW sticker in a lot of his YouTube videos. It should be mentioned. He reviewed a few more of these porno games for the Atari system. Angry Video Game Nerd, more Atari porno games. This first one is called Beat 'em and Eat 'em. Let's see what this is about, according to the Angry Video Game Nerd.
All right, what kind of surprise do we have in here? Beat 'em and eat 'em. A girl licking an ice cream cone. But what the title about? It doesn't sound pornographic. It sounds violent, like you beat somebody up and eat 'em. Oh, I get it. Beat 'em and eat 'em. Oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? All you do is move these two sluts back and forth to catch this stuff that this guy shoots down. Yummy. Let's take a look at the manual. And here it says, the object of the game is to eat him every time he beats him. You score 1 point for each and without a miss. But should you miss, shame on you. You lose 1 turn. After all, it could have been a famous doctor or lawyer.
Wow, I'm watching the video as it's being played. It's beat 'em and eat 'em. This is twisted. Girls are down below trying to catch something.
And the two girls moving at the same time?
Yeah, they move exactly the same way. All right, here we go. Another game called Kaboom, another porno game that was available for the Atari system.
So the gameplay is basically the same sort of thing as Kaboom, except Kaboom was a great game, but this is just a...
Oh, okay, this is more on Beat 'em and Eat 'em?
Yes.
And they're comparing it to Kaboom, if you remember that game. I don't, obviously.
Remember the name.
The gameplay is basically the same sort of thing as Kaboom, except Kaboom was a great game, but this is just a miserable load of You got to be completely accurate to land in their mouths, and it uses the sound effects from Pac-Man.
Oh,
you get an extra life if you get 69 points. That's clever, right? You know, there's really something wrong with this whole scene. You got to be a total whore to stand naked at the bottom of a building with your mouth wide open to catch from some guy on top of a roof. What kind of sick bitches are these? And what's the deal with this guy? Either he has a huge or he's a dwarf. What the kind of game is this?
Tony, this guy has found his niche, obviously. Angry video game nerd. We got to get him on the show. I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, there are guys that are trying to rip him off, too, and do their own, like, angry video game reviews. He's the innovator. He found a niche. He was able to do it and pull it off, and he's very popular.
He's authentic, too. Like, you can tell that's his thing.
Yeah, he knows the games.
He's not overacting or anything. Right. This is just how he is in his regular life. We got to get him on the show, please.
Have we?
We're trying.
What's the answer, man?
We've been trying since we had.
He's so famous that we can't get him on the show.
He's a fan of the show. He's got a WoW sticker in some of these videos.
Yeah, I saw
that are on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on because we're running out of show here. Another game that was a porno game for the Atari system. This is Bachelorette Party and Bachelor Party.
All right, now here's one for the girls. It's called Bachelorette Party. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of naked dudes. Whoa, watch out, guys. It's some crazy bitch bouncing off the walls, and it hardly even looks like a girl. I mean, look at this. It could be Swamp Thing for all I care. The gameplay's basically like Breakout, but flipped on its side. You control that thing on the left to catch the girl and just bang all the guys. What a whore. Now here's one for the guys. It's Bachelor Party. It's the same exact game, except it's a dude going around having sex with a bunch of girls. What a stud. This one's called Gigolo. The idea is that you're this nude woman on the streets going around breaking into random houses where you find men to have your way with.
What?
Exactly.
The sounds are amazing.
Yeah. Some of these are better to watch in video form, obviously, but
great audio.
Moving on, this is a game called Philly Flasher.
Always sounded like static.
Huh?
It always sounded like static, the sound effects. Right. Throw a fourth sound in there, maybe.
The boo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
What is that? No sound
Awful.
is like that in real life. It sounds like nothing.
Here's the Philly Flasher.
Now we got Philly Flasher. Somebody please explain this one to me. Philly Flasher? Like Philadelphia? What's Philadelphia make you think of?
Ugly
Ben Franklin,
people.
the Liberty Bell, Rocky, cheesesteaks, a witch shooting milk at her? Well, there's no doubt that the game could take place in any city and that the title's only phonetic. It might as well be Chicago, Dallas, Kicker. The game's basically the same as Beat 'em and Eat 'em. The only difference is that it's two guys drinking milk from a witch's. This game really disturbs me, but I don't get it. Is this supposed to be erotic? I don't know about you, but I'm not at all turned on by some old wrinkly witch. That's nasty, man. What sick came up with this? What were they thinking?
The Philly Flasher, so it's a witch?
A witch, and you got a drink, yeah. That's what were they thinking? Like that? Somebody actually said, I got an idea for a game.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, get the programmers on that.
I guess it would be obviously funny before erotic, because that just sounds ridiculous.
For like, you know what it was? It was for like 2 seconds. On a whim, you'd probably buy the game and go, oh, let me check this out. And then you're like, oh, this sucks.
Oh, well. Back
Put it
to
away.
man.
Yeah.
Finally, we got Night on the Town.
Spelled with a K?
Yes, and then comma Jungle Fever.
Now we got Night on the Town. I suppose you're a knight, and you're on a quest for the holy ass. That's right, your goal is that princess on the top of the castle. What he wants to do with her? Well, take a guess. So as usual, the object's pretty simple. You just grab the blocks and build the bridge. But watch out for that crazy monster, and if the alligators get you, they bite your off. There's no point of walking because he's so damn slow, so you just gotta keep jumping and keep in rhythm so you don't hit the monster or the alligators. I don't have any idea what these things on their heads are. They look like Dr. Seuss characters. But one thing I never expected to see Dr. Seuss characters do is this. Alright, just one more game because I've had enough. This one is Jungle Fever. I like to call it Jungle. Well, honestly, I don't know what to say about this one. How did they come up with this stuff? All right, guys, let's have a naked, big-breasted woman hanging from a helicopter shooting at flames with a naked guy in between and some cannibal bitches, I guess, trying to kill you. What the The goal is to put out the flames and rescue them. And to celebrate, why not?
There you go. You can check out those videos on YouTube, obviously. It's Angry Video Game Nerd. He's entertaining.